All right, let's try this one more time. All right, let's try this one more time. Here we are. My name is Chidi Bang, representing Reasonable Wrestling, here with Smack Talk with Chidi Bang to discuss the May 24th episode of Smackdown and the semifinals of the King and Queen of the Ring tournament. If you are here with me, if you were here through all the technical difficulties, if you just love our show, do all the good shit, like, subscribe, follow, all that stuff. I think we're live on Facebook, X, and YouTube. If you're here late at night with me, thank you for joining us. Thank you for joining me. But yeah, let's get into it, man. I'm gonna just kick off with my little recap on SmackDown with just first noting that there was a press conference or like an interview earlier today. Well, first of all, let's talk about how this is the first time in a minute that, or if ever, that SmackDown is taped in the foreign location that they're recording. So SmackDown usually typically is taped in the States when they go international, and then they air it on Friday. So it will be taped earlier in the week or something like that. They taped this on Friday of, in Saudi Arabia. And earlier today for us, we got the results online. But later on, obviously, the broadcast, we have it here in the States. But I don't think I've ever seen that before, so I thought that was pretty dope to see them go out there, travel early, and get the show off in Saudi Arabia. It looked amazing. The crowd is definitely going to be, it was hot. It's going to be hot, tomorrow as well. I can just see it because it's always hot with the international crowds. But big news. And this is something that I discussed weeks ago. Like, I'm not saying it's because of me. I'm not saying that I am the reason that this is happening. What I am saying is I be on some shit. I be on to some shit. I said weeks ago, and I need to start pulling out these clips, that the King and Queen of the Ring should be the number one contenders for SummerSlam. That's the way that this tournament should work because it adds some stakes to it. We've had King and the Queen's rings that really didn't mean nothing, didn't do nothing for the victors. We just had Xavier Woods and his Zelina Vega more like became like a consolation prize or just a prop that they use. I think the King and Queen of the Ring should be more than a prop. Back in the day, it meant something. We had the Austins, the Triple H's, the Bret Harts, those people winning this tournament. It meant that they were taking another step in their career to some extent. Or just getting the crown meant something because it was a yearly thing. There's some years that we don't even get the King of the Ring or Queen of the Ring tournament. So how much are we gonna say? Make it? It doesn't matter to you guys, and it's not gonna matter. It's not gonna matter to us, the fans. So I'm glad that we're seeing that they're taking it serious this year in the Paul Levesque era. I think that probably will continue to matter. So I like that the King and Queen will get a title shot at SummerSlam. It makes it worth it, So we got the Royal Rumble leading to WrestleMania. King and Queen of the Ring can lead to SummerSlam. We got note that SummerSlam will be 2 nights coming in 2026, not next year, but the following year in Minneapolis. So it's looking like they're making SummerSlam a bigger event. And this is just another, it's going to make the tournament way more interesting for the years to come. Like, we're going to be like, all right, who is almost as like big as Royal Rumble, where like, okay, who is the next big main event for the SummerSlam show? Who's next up for like to be potentially the next champion? Who's hot? Who's really got that next level it factor to win the King of the Ring? It's not just going to be something you just throw on somebody. I think moving forward, hopefully. But let's get into the match. The first match was a semifinals match between Bianca Belair and Nia Jax, and once again, the women stole the show from me. They killed it. So this was an incredible match. My takeaways from this match is that Bianca is amazing, and we all know this. But there's a moment during this match. First of all, let me just shout out Bianca for selling that knee the entire tournament, from her match with Candice LeRae till now. She's been selling the knee in the matches, and it all led to this match where, it did play a factor into it. So she was one point during the match, He lifted Nia Jax up for like a power bomb and was holding her sturdy while limping on one leg, and then power bombed her in the middle of the center of the ring. She even got her up later on in the match for the KOD. Nia Jax reversed it, countered it, and Nia Jax, took her out, hit her with a senton, and hit her with the annihilation for the victory. This is one of the few times Nia Jax, Bianca Belair has lost clean. And that's one of the big takeaways from this, that obviously the knee injury, but this is a clean victory for Nia Jax on her route to the Queen of the Ring against Lyra Valkyria. I don't see any way that Lyra wins this. Personally, I think that Nia Jax is just in prime position to become Queen of the Ring and compete against Bayley at SummerSlam if she's still champion. So awesome match of the night. The strength that Bianca put on display was unreal. I always say Bianca Belair is one of the best wrestlers in the world, not just man or woman or on WWE. It's anywhere in the world. Bianca Belair is one of the best in the world. And she put on another show in Saudi Arabia today. So it's going to be Lyra and Nia in the finals. Nia did a little post-match interview, and she called out Lyra, who was in the front row. So there's just setting up some steam for that. Lyra's in a great position to showcase her skills, and this is a big moment for her. Obviously, just getting drafted, called up, and being in the finals, I think is going to be a dope. It's going to be a dope situation for her. A good moment for her, a good opportunity for her to show what she got against somebody who, like Nia, is a veteran and is going to give her a different challenge. I don't think she's had in the possibly. Moving forward, Candice LeRae and Indy Hart World definitely had to say their piece to Bianca, and they teased her for saying that, listen, you know why you lost this tournament? It's because of us. Candice LeRae was like, I injured you. Jake Cargill came to her defense, and Indy and Candice scampered away. So it looks like we might begin a tag team feud with the two tag teams. I'm all here for it. I'm a huge fan of Candice LeRae. I wanted to get more opportunities on screen. I want to see her wrestle more. Then we had the Grayson Waller effect, which led to a 6-man tag team match, which I really liked. Like, if this is a different show or an old WWE show, Raw or SmackDown, they would just throw these 6 men into the ring, and we would just have to accept it. But what happened was they set it up with an angle. It was a Grayson Waller effect that was scheduled for LA Knight to be the guest. And they did the intro like one of the hottest stars and everything like that. And Carmelo Anthony's music hits. He comes out and says, hey, great for the introduction. Even Austin Theory kind of like mentions, you remember the last time we were in the ring together? That bump they took, months back. But they squashed it, and they said, hey, listen, Carmelo was like, listen, we us young bucks, we gotta stick together. We gotta show these old men like Randy Orton and Baron Corbin and LA Knight what to do, like how we should do things around here. And I gotta say, I like the union of Grayson Waller, Austin Theory, and Carmelo, the alliance that these guys have. These guys are probably some of the best heels on SmackDown, if not that are not in the bloodline. These guys get heat. That are not Logan Paul too. These guys get heat, and I like them all together. I think it's a good like they're young cats who are braggadocious. It just fits. I can't say why. It just fits. The arrogance, the young naivete, the pompousness of them. I think it all goes together well. They even called they had some shots for Street Profits, which led to LA Knight coming down, to talk his shit against them. He gets jumped. Street Profits coming for the save, 6-man tag match. That's what I'm talking about. They set it up perfectly with the angle, and we didn't just get them thrown out there. So I like that. It was a really good match. Let me see. Do I have any notes for it? Yeah, it was just a good 6-man tag match. It was a great splash by Montez Ford onto Grayson Waller for the victory. Moving along, we had a Randy Orton versus Cody Rhodes tease. So Randy Orton did give Cody Rhodes a little, like I don't know, like a good look, like hey, because he's going out, as he was entering the gorilla to like come out for his segment with Logan Paul, so that they looked at each other and everything. So I like what they did there. We should see this feud down the line sometime. I don't think it should be at SummerSlam. I think what I want to see at SummerSlam. I mean, it could happen either way. Whether Randy wins or loses at tomorrow at King of the Ring, Queen of the Ring, he could be the one to face Cody at SummerSlam regardless. But I don't know. We'll see. That led to Cody Rhodes and Logan Paul in a segment. And I gotta be real with y'all. Well, first of all, Logan Paul vowed not to use the Nux. They had a ref come into the ring to pat down Logan to check if he had Nux. He had another pair on him after giving Michael Cole ones earlier today in the press conference. And he said, listen, all right, I brought this out to protect myself. And for the first time since Cody won the championship, I think Cody gave a really good promo. I haven't heard a really good promo from Cody since before WrestleMania till today. And he said, so he did a good promo. He said that Logan uses the Nux as a crutch. He mentioned that he does believe in him as being a wrestler that's not cosplaying as a YouTuber cosplaying as a wrestler. He believes that he can be a wrestler, but he's like, for you to be as good as me, because Logan was talking that shit. He said, I'm better than you. I deserve this opportunity more than you. I deserve the championship more. He said, for you to be as good as me, you have to stop looking for shortcuts. Stop using this as a crutch. He said that you what's the word? He has to stop treating this business like it's part-time, essentially. And if he doesn't do that, he will never be as good as Cody, and he'll never be WWE champion. That's some substance behind that. That's a message that we can actually look at and be like, all right, boom, this means something now. Cody's fighting to protect against this guy who's a part-timer, just like Roman was, and he's like, you can't be as good as me, if you're not doing it like me. You got to spit some real facts, and that's what I want to see from Cody going forward. And I think that's my big takeaway from this promo. Cody needs to just talk from the heart, not some script. I'm not sure if he's doing that, but he has to make sure that these lines, when he comes out to set up these angles for his championship, have some bite to it, have some substance to it. Like we talked about the Drake and Kendrick Lamar thing, me and Chris, and for me to grab a hold of something and really fuck with it, I think that human beings in general want to hear a story, and want to hear a story with some truth and some bite. And I like when Cody says some truth, like, yo, you're a YouTuber, but hey, man, you've proven that you got some skills in this ring, but you'll never be as good as me if you're doing this part-time shit. Like, that's valid. We need some valid substance behind the promos, or else the matches or the angles are not going to feel nothing about it. This is the first time I'm hearing some shit. Now granted, I don't think Logan Paul is beating Cody regardless, but at least entertain me on the road to this match. And I think that they've kind of let me down. It was kind of a complete out of left booking with Logan being the one to compete for it against him. And now we'll see how things go tomorrow. But this was the first promo the night before, the first promo that I'm like, all right, this is pretty cool. But that's my take, my opinion on it. I think they could have done better, but the match should be great. So regardless. After that, we had a Chelsea Green versus Bayley. Bayley beat her, and then Piper attacked Bayley and hit her with a bunch of sentons and splash. Looks like Piper Niven is coming for that championship sometime soon. So look out. After that, we had AJ Styles go back to talk to Nick Aldis about his career, saying, listen, I know I lost to Cody. I know I lost to Randy in the first round, but I was 1 second away both times. He's like, listen, just give me one more chance. Whoever wins between Logan and Cody, just give me one more chance. And Nick Aldis, he listen, with all due respect, I respect you. You know how much I respect you. And as a man, yeah, you're 100%. But as a professional, I can't do that. He's like, you gotta earn this again, and that takes time. And AJ said to him, "You know I don't got much time. I don't have time." And Nick Aldis says, "I can't help you with that." So we're heading toward the retirement angle for AJ Styles, essentially, or the old veteran angle of like he hinted at it with Cody, like, "Oh, you don't think I got what it takes anymore?" So I like that. It adds a layer to his character. And if he's genuinely like wrapping this up soon, just like we see with Bryan Danielson on in AEW, then I do like them putting it on screen as a storyline to see how things go. But you can't do this with AJ as a heel. AJ has to be babyface if this is the case. After the legacy he's had, and he's one of the best wrestlers like to ever do it. Let's be real. He's got to be in the top 20. I mean, shit. Yeah, AJ's up there, man. Like he's up there. So it has to be a big send off for him. I would appreciate that. I'm not saying it gotta be like this whole Sting angle that takes months and months and months, but if we're doing this, gotta do it right with respect. And I do want to see AJ get his just due as a baby face and come back around and to have us cheer for him again, in a great in a great way. I don't know. Like, what matches do you guys want to see AJ do before he retires? What matches? Who hasn't he faced on the roster? And if leave it in the comments, or hit us up on Twitter if you have a couple matchups you want to see between AJ and any other guys on the roster before he, calls this all wraps up. So we'll talk more about that on the pod on Sunday. But yeah, I just thought about that. After that, we had a Andrade vignette, so he's coming to SmackDown soon. He might be working with Legado del Fantasma and Santos Escobar. So we'll stay tuned on that. And then we have the main event, King of the Ring semifinals between Randy Orton and Tama Tonga. If you haven't figured out already, it's Randy Orton got the victory. It was a pretty slow match for me. Nothing crazy happened. With RKO, it was the finish. And after that, Solo attacked Randy Orton and KO. Kevin Owens made the save, so he's back. Other than that, yeah, I'm looking forward to tomorrow. I think it's going to be a good show. So you guys tell me, what match are you looking forward to the most? And if you have any predictions, leave that in the comments down below. I'm going to get some rest so I can get up and do some things so I can actually watch this event on time. But I hope you guys enjoyed the show. If you're here, if you're watching this back, thank you for watching it back. But I will be seeing y'all on Sunday. Peace out.